Hi, thank you for joining me for Parables for Kids today. So today we're going to talk about the treasure in the field. But before we get started, we always do our highs and our lows. And I encourage you as a shelter in place group to do the same thing. Talk about your highs and your lows and then do prayers and blessings at the end. So my high is that it's sunny. I get to go for a walk later. And my low is that I'm a little bit tired, but it's not bad. So this particular parable that we're going to jump right into is only one sentence. And I have to admit, it's a little bit dry. There's not a lot of details in it. But we'll go through and retell, and hopefully it'll make a little more sense and be a little bit more interesting. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field, which someone found and hid. And then in his joy, he goes and sells all that he has and buys this field. So let's do a retelling. There is a servant, and this servant is harvesting in the field. And he trips on this beautiful, wonderful thing. In fact, this treasure gives him so much peace and happiness that he's just never felt anything like that before in his life. It's beautiful and wonderful, and he can't imagine living without it. So instead of taking it, because that would be stealing, he buries it again. Because he doesn't own the field. He can't just take the treasure. So after he buries it and hides it, he goes home and he sells all of his possessions, his house and if there were cars back then, he would have sold the house, the cars, the iPhones, all of this stuff, because he knows this treasure that makes him so happy and gives him so much peace is worth so much more than all that stuff. And after he sells everything, he has money. So he goes back to the owner of the field and buys the field. So then he can dig up this treasure, and he has this peace and love and happiness and this beauty with him now. And now he's in really great shape. So if you haven't guessed it yet, the treasure in the field that gives peace and happiness and love beyond anything we can imagine is the kingdom of heaven. And we are the servants or the farmhands who are in the field. So we get a glimpse of this beautiful, amazing treasure all the time. Maybe in nature, in church, when we're with people that we love. And we want this treasure, just like he wanted this treasure. So with this parable, one of the lessons in this parable is don't let all those possessions get in the way. All those things we own get in the way of that beautiful treasure. Don't focus on the iPhone and the games and the cars and the houses and all of the stuff. Focus on that treasure and how to have that treasure and that peace and that love for yourself. Thank you for joining me. Let's do prayers and blessings. Dear God, I pray that everybody watching this has a wonderful day today and that they are able to focus on the treasure of heaven and you instead of all of the stuff that we own. Amen. Blessings to you. Kids bless your parents. Parents bless your kids. I'll see you later.